4 years ago, I began one of the greatest adventures of my life and kicked off Village Well's virtual studio for the very first time. Welcome, my friends. It's 11/11. It's a powerful portal day, and today starts our community's 5th year. Our radial journey is really rounding out this new cycle upon us. It's so exciting. And I'm excited to kick off today, 11/11, a 40-day journey with you, a free daily connection point for us to prioritize above all else as we begin this 5th year of our journey here in Village Well, as we look ahead to the holiday season and as we even dare to dream what 2020 may look like. We're kicking off a 40-day series of love notes, daily videos, where from now until the winter solstice, we're going to take care of ourselves first. Now, I'll talk about bubble baths a little bit, but I'm going to give you 40 ways in 40 days to love yourself first in a way that has impact, to love yourself above everyone else first and not feel selfish and not feel ashamed and not feel hidden or too proud or too boastful. To love yourself first takes so much courage. And as we launch into our 5th year together in Village Well, I am so humbled to look back for just a moment and consider what in the world got me here. What was I even thinking that I should open a business, should run a virtual studio, should invite you or anyone to be a part of my community? And I came up with this daily commitment out of service and such gratitude for the last 4 years to reflect on the last 40 years almost of my life. And what is it that allows me to be so in love with myself, not selfishly, not self-centered? And I always teach this, is there's a big difference in being self-centered and being centered in self. Right now, so many of us are being taught to believe that it's selfish to take care of ourselves, that it's selfish to have our own opinion, that it's selfish to walk our own path. I'm here to tell you that we need you to be authentic. We need your perspective, your important, unique point of view on this planet can only come from you. And if you don't love yourself, you might not feel confident enough to share a question that you have, or an opinion that rises up, or a perspective that really needs to be seen. If you're not practicing that radical act of holding yourself to your highest good, which is the ultimate expression of self-love, it's not just platitudes. It's not just getting a massage and going passive. Self-love is not a pacifier. The idea isn't to just shut yourself up or quiet your inner desires. Self-love is an embrace of all of your aspects, all of those fractal parts of you. It's the wild acceptance of the places maybe you're a little bit shy about. It's compassion, it's forgiveness, it's mistakes, it's growth, it's sorrow, in order to heal and to become more you, more whole. The more integrated aspects really shines the brightest technicolor rainbow out to the world. Self-love, well, really, those of us without self-love, right, or blind spots for where we may be not treating ourselves with much respect or with deep reverence. We can start to block off some aspects of our past, of our body, of our ideas of career and service, of community, of relationships, and we may actually start to feel either black holes in our system or heavy baggage that we're carrying that we just don't want to deal with directly. But in fact, there's this internal conflict of hatred or shame or guilt because we haven't fully welcomed that aspect, that experience, that trauma back to our home, back to ourselves, back to the place of loving self that it's all okay. It's all perfect enough to move forward. In 40 days, we're going to go through 40 ways to love yourself first, because we know the ones that come from the inside out, the ideas, the creations, the perspectives, the connections, the magnetism that rises up from the inside is so much more sustainable and so much more authentic. And I can tell you that at the core of my value system, authenticity takes it. Holding to the truth of me and my expression has been one of the most important, and also at times the most challenging, choice of my life. But it is a decision that I make over and over and over again to love myself. And you can do the same thing with practice, with focus, with commitment. You can radically change the way that you start to build a relationship with you and start to reclaim all of those beautiful flags, those freak flags that are you. Reclaim all of those varied aspects of you. So think about the next 40 days. It's going to come with a lot of stress, maybe because of the holidays, a lot of fast moving changes. I just keep thinking about a year from now as we celebrate our 5th year anniversary and move into our 6th year. I imagine so much of what we see today is going to be different. And that's we collectively, and I think that for my life as well. And I'm really open, right, in such an excited way to be the creator, but also to just be in alignment with love of my life, right? My own alignment, my own heart, my own resonance, that a year from now is going to look wildly different. But unless I show up in the real and raw aspects of loving myself that we're going to talk about in Love and Inside Job these next 40 days, right? Those points have to be true and honest in how I'm loving myself. I know that my life is not going to look the same in a year. But just consider now through the end of December, your holidays, stress, the family, the travel, the maybe none of that, the change, the loneliness, whatever is available for you. Between now and the end of the year, if you add in the practice, the inquiry of radical self-love, sometimes it's tough love. Sometimes it's the stuff that doesn't get healed by just taking a bath or getting a pedicure, letting someone massage you. You have to do that real work that only you can do. And that's another aspect of self-love. It's putting yourself first that is so loving that you're willing to do the work. Not that it wouldn't get, if you can put yourself in, a lot of us put ourselves in a position of martyrdom where we look to the outside and we go, well, if I don't do it, no one else is going to do it, right? And we become this sort of sacrificial lamb that we offer up in order to fill in the blank, please someone else outside of ourselves. Oh, if I don't do it, no one will. But the reality is when we inverse that, if you don't do this work, it'll never get done. No one can. It's only the work that is meant for you, that is the radical love that we're going to talk about for these next 40 days, that is really the life-changing stuff. It's the peeling back. It's opening up some of those conversations that we've refused to have with ourselves. It's really polishing the mirror where we haven't looked at in a while. And it's allowing ourselves to evolve and morph and grow, not in spite of ourselves with denial and deflection, but because of all of the wild ride that our life has brought us. And because we're celebrating 4 years of our time together, and in a little reflection, really looking at what it takes and what it took to get something like Village Well off the road or to continue and sustain it. It takes that radical knowing that a vision inside of me, inside of you exists, that is so much bigger than any excuses that you can tell yourself to not go get it. But right now, there's so much unknown. And I don't want to make small the issues of what's going on around us, but in fact, we don't have any control over so many changes happening right now. What we do have control over, and what we often lose sight of, and in fact give our power away, is that strong connection to the real power that we have, to the real control that we have. The only control is over ourselves. That's a radical act of love, is knowing how to separate yourself a little bit, surrender any attachment to outcomes outside of you, because there's a lot of variables happening. But really connect to that adoration of your own creator, yourself as the creative spark, and watch life start to organize around you. Not because of what's happening, right? But in spite of that, you're tapping your eternal wellspring of self-love. Love is an inside job. And everything gets better when you love yourself. You take bigger risks, you get bigger rewards. You reach for a little bit more, the universe is going to come right back at you. When you play big, when you self-love, there's so much desire to experience the more of life, the change, the growth, the evolution, that everything becomes a natural unfolding of your process, your evolution. I invite you to put yourself first for 40 days. It's going to take us through the winter solstice of 2021. And there's options to come with us all the way through the end of this year. But between now and Tuesday, 12/21, we're going to gather every single day with a little love note. All you need to do is put your email in, right? It's just, or you can put your phone in, and we'll send you a reminder every single day at 11:11. Another little video, less than 15 minutes, with a little practical way to embody self-love, a deep approach to how you look at the world. No one else has to know. This isn't intrusive. This isn't a big change that you have to tell the world about. It's for you. And it's not even changing. It's just pulling back the layers of forgetfulness, holding the light of awareness into the really beautiful, powerful center. That when you fall in love with that, and you guide yourself forward from that true love affair, wow, you soar through life, guided by your own inspiration. I'm humbled and grateful every day to be able to have this community, this Village Well family. For 4 years, we've shown up daily and reached for a little bit more and reminded each other of how amazing we are. It's been hard through especially these last 18 months and more. But we were always there. We keep showing up. And I invite you to do the same for yourself for 40 days. It's quiet. You don't have to show up unless you want to into a VIP aspect, right? No one else has to see you. You just get to listen, watch the video, tap in, remind yourself that it is an inside job, this work. This love, this radical acceptance, this looking honestly. No one can do this. And it's time for us to do the work that only we can do. You can keep putting it off. You can keep being the martyr, go doing what everybody else, what you think they all need you to do, otherwise no one else will do it. Stop turning the awareness away from yourself. Turn in, especially through these holidays, especially as a runway to soar into 2022. Put yourself first. Just try it on. 15 minutes a day. Tune in. Set your mind right. Ask yourself, how can you love yourself a little bit more? It's a powerful portal day to begin something. Put your email in, put your phone number in. I'll give you a daily reminder, and you'll get that at email or that video every single day at 11:11. And if you want to come with us to a deeper dive, there's always VIP opportunities. This is free. This is my gift. I am so grateful that I'm reflecting on all the ways that I've been able to fall in love with myself again and again, to follow my dreams, to create something with such a grand, bold vision like Village Well, and to keep inviting you to join me in this community. I love our tribe. I love the years behind us, but I know that there's only infinity ahead of us. We're just beginning. And I want you to celebrate these next 40 days, celebrate yourself, celebrate the community that you have that reflects not weakness, it reflects not your sorrow, that doesn't hold you in your sob stories. It sees you for all that you are, your sorrows, traumas, and your successes, and your skills and talents. We see you for all that you are. We just ask you to see yourself for all that you are, with love, with acceptance, and with optimism that there is so much on the horizon for all of us when we dare to reach for a little bit more. When you know how much you're worth, when you know your real value, your horizons are limitless. And that's the tribe that you're connecting with when you step into Village Well. We've been here for 4 years, and we're only just getting momentum. I could not be more excited, more humbled, more honored to gather and join in such a powerful community. So step in with us. Sign up today. It's a daily video series, my gift to you, with deep gratitude and awe for what these last 4 years have brought us. But really, for what my life has been able to offer me, to feel so connected to my authentic voice and expression that I'm willing to keep stepping out, building and growing, and reaching for a little bit more. I hope you do the same. Be the creator in your own life. Join us for Love, an Inside Job. 40 days. Day 1 is already up. Sign up. You'll get access to it instantly. And then tomorrow again, 11/11, every single morning. Yep, Thanksgiving Day as well. Until winter solstice 2021. I love you. I'm so grateful for the last 4 years. I'm so giddy about the next 4 and beyond. And I can't wait to keep growing with people like you. Radiant hearts following their own spirit. We need each other, but we need you to fall in love with you. And I can't wait to take these next days, 40 days, and really relish in love from the inside out. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks for being here. We'll talk soon. All my love. Namaste.